How y'all doing? Anyways, back to it. Another episode of reviewing prisons with the most notable inmates. There's a lot of prisons. If there's a specific one you guys want me to speak on, drop it in the comments and I'll do it. The one today we're talking about is Pelican Bay. This prison has it's kind of like its own I don't know. It's just like what I've come to realize coming across people that's been in prison. It's like if they've been to Pelican Bay, they speak highly of it. It's like that's like the prison of prisons in California. I don't know. But anyways, let me give you a little backstory about the prison. Pelican Bay is the only supermax facility in California. You feel me? It's about it's on like 270 acres and is located up north in Del Norte County, California. The prison takes its name from a shallow bay on the Pacific coast. It's about a couple miles away. The prison lies in the detached section of Crescent City, several miles north of any main urban area with people. You know what I mean? And it's just south of the border of Oregon. It's Pelican's Bay primary purpose to house violent male prisoners from other California state prisons. So the dudes that are in the prison stabbing people, attacking guards, and all that type of shit, right? Yeah, that's where they go. 40% of anyways, now 40% of the people there are serving like life sentences. So a little less than half the people in Pelican Bay are never coming home. It's crazy to wrap your mind around it. Nearly all of the violence in Pelican Bay has all the violence that's been in Pelican Bay has been a resort of people getting kicked from other prisons. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the turned up people. Then from there they go to Pelican Bay and they keep it turned up. You know, the sole exception are the institution's minimum security inmates who work as part of the prison's outside maintenance and firefighter programs. So, facilities A and B are designed as a level 5, general pop and man cells. I think that's a 5 or a 4. It's the IV, whatever the hell it is. And then, facility C, restricted housing, consists of the remaining dedicated long-term SHU people, people in the security housing unit. C7 through C12 in the state, in addition to supermax population. RH also consists of ADSEG housing, C1 through C6, and short-term restrictive housing. Facility D is designated for level 2, is designated as a level 2 facility, so it's not as turned up on that yard. There also is a 400 bed level 1 minimum security unit outside of the secure perimeter, which provides inmate orderlies for general service tasks around the main prison. Now that I done sat here and gave y'all a brief history about Pelican Bay, let's get to the good part and see who are some of these notable inmates. Okay. First, we have Hugo Pinell. He is one of 6 inmates for their 1971 escape attempt from San Quentin State Prison that left 6 people dead. He spent 43 years in long-term confinement. 23 of those years were spent in the SHU. This dude was locked down, longer than any other inmate in California. He was stabbed to death during a riot in California State Prison in Sacramento, just 2 weeks after being released from the SHU into general population, people. Dang, that's crazy. That dude spent an eternity in the SHU. Yeah, he for sure was without a shadow of a doubt, a prison person. The next person on the list, his name is Brian Oliver. He was the Taft Union High School shooter who was charged as an adult and is serving a 27-year and 4-month sentence for attempted murder and assault with a deadly weapon. Sheesh. Man, he would have just woke up that day and did something else, he wouldn't be in that position. Here's a real big one that I know a lot of people's heard of. Joe Pegleg Morgan. First non-Hispanic Mexican mafia member sentenced to life in prison for a murder in 1956. Morgan was housed in the SHU until his transfer to the hospital ward at Corcoran, where he died from liver cancer in November 1993. Long live that man. Sanika Shakur. former Crips member and author of Monster, the autobiography of an LA gang member. Oh, that's Monster Cody, huh? Yeah, that's who. Yeah, exactly. That's who that is. He was sentenced to 5 years in the SHU for assault and grand theft auto in January 1991. He was imprisoned again for 6 years for parole violation in May 2008, but paroled in 2012. R.I.P. Monster Cody. Rene Enriquez. He is a former member of the Mexican Mafia, sentenced to life and in prison for his 1991 murder charges. He had 2 of them. In 1993, he was sent to the SHU, but is now doing his time in PC at Ironwood State Prison after becoming a government informant. Damn. He turned on his people, man. It's all bad. He turned on the homies. Next up, Damian Williams. He gained notoriety for attacking Reginald Denny and others during the 1992 Los Angeles riots. Sentenced to 10 years for assault, but released early for good behavior. Williams was sentenced to 46 years to life for killing a drug dealer in 2003, and he's currently incarcerated in whatchamacallit, Centinela State Prison. Now, in case y'all don't know who Reginald Denny is, remember the video of the LA riot? The guy that was pulled from the truck and he got like beaten in the head? Yeah, well, that's who this guy is. Matter of fact, I'll just show the clip. Okay, so next we have David Cervantes, DC. He's one of the highest ranking members of the Nuestra Familia gang in California. That is the up north, the Northerners. As Cervantes' rise marked the first time in decades that the Norteños had a single leader at the helm of their organization. So basically, this dude was the head honcho, so to speak. Yeah, sounds like it. And then there's Arturo Castellanos, the leader of F13, Florencia 13. You see it all over the place in LA. Parts of LA, not all parts of LA. It's a street gang, and he is a high-ranking member of the Mexican Mafia, sentenced to 26 years to life for a 1979 LA County murder. And he's isolated in Pelican Bay SHU for continuing to run gang activities from his cell. He helped organize the 2013 hunger strike. Wow, that's intense. Then there's Robert Walter Scully. He's an AB member, the Brand, Aryan Brotherhood, member who murdered a deputy during a traffic stop and took a family hostage in March in 1995. Only 5 days after being paroled from Pelican Bay, he was sentenced to death in San Quentin in 97. Damn. Oh well. Lord Avery too. So, how many of y'all seen Boys in the Hood? You know the dude that hangs out the window and shoots Ricky? Well, that's him. And apparently he was sentenced to life in prison for a double homicide in September 2005. But he was later beaten and strangled to death by a cellmate, Kevin Robbie. Controversy ensued when it was revealed that his corpse had allegedly was not discovered for another 2 days. So apparently he pissed dude off, like all the way off, beyond off. Well, hell, shit happens. Next, Charles Manson, the infamous cult leader, sentenced to life in prison on 7 counts of murder and 1 count of attempted murder. In 97, he was charged with a conspiracy to distribute narcotics, transferred from CSP Corcoran to Pelican Bay SHU for 14 months before being moved back to Corcoran in 98. He died at Mercy Hospital in Bakersfield, California in 2017. Charles Manson is no more. He's going to live on as a fucking story that whoever decides to tell. I don't know. Not me. Next, Ricardo Medina Jr. He's an actor famous for being in Power Rangers Wild Forces. He's sentenced to 6 years in prison for voluntary manslaughter for stabbing his roommate with a sword. People, we can't make this up. This shit really happened. Go look it up. No cap. Dude was crazy. He should have been chilling with his Power Ranger money, minding his damn business. And then Donnie Johnson. He was a murderer and a painter. Yeah, not too much on him. But apparently he was a murderer and a painter. Well, that's it for this episode, everyone. Remember, let me know in the comments and give me some tips. Let me know something, try to make this a thriving channel. And may the force be with everyone today. Later.